my live. This is only my 16th live that I've done here on YouTube. I came over from almost 2 years of doing lives on TikTok. And on TikTok, I had over 500 lives that I completed. And my lives were very popular over there. And now they're becoming more and more popular over here on YouTube. So my name is Joyce Fields, and I am 81 years old. And I do these lives where the title of my lives is Undifficult Your Life. And I share 4 pillars of advice that will help you. Is that you, Shells? That will help you to undifficult your life. It will help you to, hi, Logan. How'd you find out that I was on here doing my live? Did you scroll to me and then stop, or did you get a message? How'd you find out, Logan? I'm glad you joined. I'm sure you'll be able to use the advice that I share. Oh, my day is always wonderful, Logan. Thanks for asking. But how did you find out that I was doing this live? Did you get a message, or were you just scrolling and happened to? Oh, okay. So now I share, my name is Joyce Fields, and I'm 81 years old. I share 4 pillars of advice that will help y'all to undifficult your life. The 4 pillars of advice that I share. Pillar number 1, okay, thanks, Logan. Pillar number 1, develop and maintain a positive attitude, and I tell you how you do that. Pillar number 2, increase your level of patience. If you are 10 years old or older, I tell you exactly how you do that. But I always start with the toddlers. So if you're raising toddlers, you'll really want to hear what I have to say in pillar number 2. Pillar number 3 is stay calm. There is, oh my God, so much power in your ability to stay calm. You must stay calm. You lose your power when you become angry, frustrated, aggravated, irritated, all of those things. So stay calm. Now, throughout my lives, no, don't give in to that kind of stuff. Don't talk down about yourself. Don't do that. And when I get through with this live, I think that maybe not even when I get through, you will, the advice that I share will help you to change your perspective. It's all about the way you look at things. It's all about the words you use. You see? It's just that simple, y'all. And that's why my lives are entitled Undifficult Your Life. So when you run into all of these, a lot of y'all are making y'all's lives a lot more difficult than they need to be. So I'm 81 years old. I live the advice that I share with y'all. I have been living this advice since I was about 10 years old. That's a long time. So, and I have been gifted with the ability to transfer, to communicate concepts, philosophies, ideas, and all such as that. Hi, Michael. Hi, everybody. From my mind right here to y'all's mind right there, okay? So you'll see it, and then you'll believe it. Now, you may or may not believe what I just said, but it's true. So, and like I said, I have done over 500 TikTok lives, but TikTok changed their rules and stuff. Thank you. God bless you too, Brahim. And so I changed to come over to YouTube. And this is only my 16th live here on YouTube, y'all. So this is my 16th one. And I'm trying to build up my subscribers. Subscribing was free, is free here on YouTube, but you had to pay to subscribe on TikTok. So that's another reason why I came over here. So now, that's the third pillar. I do 4 pillars of advice that will help y'all to undifficult your life. So that's the third pillar, and that is to stay calm. And when I get to the third pillar, I do what I call helpful hand visuals. And I call them that because one of my live viewers, her name is Jessie Knott, this year when I was doing my TikTok lives, she said, quote, "These visuals are so helpful," unquote. So that's what I call them. The helpful hand visuals are gestures that I do with my hands in combination with the words coming out of my mouth. And I'm gifted, Spirit gifted me this. I am able to communicate philosophies, concepts, ideas, examples, all of that from my mind to y'all's mind. If you're 10 years old, you can use the advice that I share. Okay, so now, when I get to the third pillar, which is stay calm, when I do that helpful hand visual, when I did it the first time in one of my lives this year, it blew a lot of my viewers' minds. And I did it for my man, and it blew his mind, and it blows my mind as well. So now, that's the third pillar. When I get to that one, it's going to probably blow a lot of y'all's minds too. So now, the fourth pillar. The fourth pillar is remember the 4 words that can immediately lower your stress, anger, anxiety, panic, frustration, all of that stuff. You see? And I will tell you what those 4 words are when I get to the fourth pillar. Now, I told y'all that when I did the helpful hand visual for pillar number 3, okay, y'all can use the advice that I share. It blew my man's mind. Now, my man and I have been together for 68 years. You heard that correctly, 68 years. Blows my mind too, y'all. It blows my mind too. And today is his 82nd birthday. And 82nd. Now, he turned 82 today, and I turned 81 on February 4th. Now, I'm telling y'all right now, I don't tolerate trolls. Trolls are the exact kind of people that need to hear the advice that I share. Y'all are exactly the kind of people that need to shut up and sit there and listen to what I have to say. The advice that I share, I live it every single day. Oh, okay, Shells, but hey, Shells, I didn't see you come in. Okay. So now, any more would-be trolls on here? You're the kind of person that really needs to hear what I have to say. When you are doing your stuff to troll somebody or troll me, it doesn't bother me. Good morning, Shelster. So it doesn't bother me. I have risen above all of that BS, so nothing upsets me. Absolutely nothing. Well, I won't say upsets, nothing angers me, So I don't get upset about things like that. That's just petty. And it really shows how immature you are when you do that kind of stuff. So it doesn't reflect on me. It doesn't bother me, but it reflects on you. It shows your level of immaturity to do that kind of stuff. And it's a very sad existence that you live, because if you try to deliberately insult or hurt somebody's feelings or whatever like that, that's really a sad way to be. So you need to stop and sit there and listen to the advice that I have to share. Now, enough dealing with the trolls. Now, I hope that what I just said changed somebody's mind. I have had trolls to apologize, okay? For real. Now, those are the 4 pillars. Pillar number 1, develop and maintain a positive attitude. And I tell you how you do that in a few seconds. Pillar number 2, increase your level of patience. Oh, and I had told y'all that me and my man have been together for 68 years. I'm going to finish that thought as well. That's pillar number 2, increase your level of patience. If you are 10 years old or older, I tell you exactly how you increase your own level of patience. But I always start with the toddlers. So if you are raising toddlers, you will want to hear how easy it is to teach them patience. Pillar number 3 is to stay calm. There is tremendous power in your ability to stay calm. Okay, you'll learn from this advice that I share as well. 10 years old or older, you can use any of the advice that I share. So that's pillar number 3. Tremendous power in your ability to stay calm. You lose your power when you become angry. Okay, so now, all right, I got some stuff for you. If you're raising toddlers, you'll want to hear what I have to say. Now and then pillar number 3, I already told you, stay calm. Okay. Now pillar number 4 is remember the 4 words that can immediately lower your stress, anxiety, panic, anger, frustration, any of that ugly stuff that is inside of you. And I tell you what those 4 words are when I get to the 4th pillar, okay? So now, I was telling y'all that me and my man have been together for 68 years. Today is his 82nd birthday. I turned 81 on February 4th. Can't wait to turn 82. Ooh wee. Don't y'all be regretting your age or disgusted by your age. A lot of people didn't live to be the age you are right now, okay? So be happy to be whatever age you are. I can't wait to turn 82, okay? So now, we've been together for 68 years. We've been married for 58 years. His name is Pap. It's P-A-P. His real name is Fred. And so been together since we were both 13 years old. And like I told y'all, his 82nd birthday is today. And then I turned 81 on February 4th. I'm going to show y'all this picture of us. We were 25 years old. This is 1969. We were 25 years old. Okay. Somebody said they thought I was in my 50s. Thank you. Okay, this is when we were 25 years old. So hold on, I'm going to have to get a screenshot of that comment. Oh, I don't know where it went. Okay. All right. Okay, so now 25, 1969. Now this picture that I'm about to show you is we were both 80 years old. This was last year on our 57th wedding anniversary, okay? 57th wedding anniversary. We're both 80 years old. Okay, now here, this is what I like to do. Ta-da! 25 and 80. I love these pictures. Yeah, 25 and 80. So blessed. Totally blessed. And I know it, okay? So now, back to the pillars. That's where y'all came on to my live. The pillars of advice that I share. Pillar number 1, develop and maintain a positive attitude. Oh, thank you, Peter Pan. Appreciate that. Develop and maintain a positive attitude, y'all. Y'all probably never even thought about it, but this is a fact. There are only 2 attitudes. Only 2 attitudes that you can have. You got that? 2 attitudes that you can have. A negative attitude or a positive attitude. A negative attitude or a positive attitude, y'all? Think about it. You probably never even thought about the fact that there are only two. A positive, there's not a third one. So here's what I have observed in my 81 years of living. If you don't choose to have a positive attitude, and it is a choice, you must deliberately choose to have a positive attitude. You must on purpose choose to have a positive attitude. If you do not choose to have a positive attitude, you almost definitely will have a negative attitude. If what I have observed, it's like it is a default. A positive attitude is a choice, and you can choose to have one any minute of your life. I don't deal with religion, Uncle Fester. I don't deal with religion. You're going to be removed if you come back with that kind of a statement. I don't deal with religion. I don't deal with politics, okay? So you will be removed if you come back with that kind of stuff. So now, yeah, religion is free. I mean, religion is free. Subscriptions are free. I was looking at that, at what you wrote, Shelster. Subscriptions are free, y'all. Yes. So now, think about it. Only two attitudes that you can have. You must choose to have a positive attitude. Positive attitude is a deliberate choice. It is an on-purpose choice. You see? No, it is. Here is the way you develop and maintain a positive attitude. Okay, now, you write a program. You understand? You write a program. And how do you write a program? You write a program by saying it out loud. And I don't care who's around you. You get an opportunity to spread positivity. Here's what you say. Here is the program that you write. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. I'm going to repeat that. This is what you say. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. And mean it. Put your feet on the path to do exactly that. Develop and maintain a positive attitude. I'm going to give you tons of information on why you should do that. So now here's what you say. I'm going to repeat it. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. And mean it. Nobody can have a positive attitude 100% of the time. Nobody can have a negative attitude 100% of the time. You see? So I'm going to tell you about a ratio in a little while. I'm going to give you a lot of advice that you can use. You can use it while you're sitting there watching my live. Okay? That happens every live I do. And I have done over 500 TikTok lives. This is only my 16th YouTube live because TikTok changing their rules and raising their subscription price, subscriber price, all of that stuff. So I didn't like that. So now, subscription is free here on YouTube. And right now I have 462 subscribers. This is only my 16th YouTube live, y'all. So, and I have to get 1,000 subscribers in order to bring guests up. And the advice that I use, I ask people to voluntarily just come up as guests when, if you are using any of the advice that I share, or if you have read any of the books, good morning, Janetta, at goodshortbooks.com. If you have read any of those books, 11 nonfiction books at goodshortbooks.com. Thank you. The link is in my profile, goodshortbooks.com. And the books are flying off the shelves, y'all, because people are coming on to my lives and they are learning about the books. The books are all nonfiction. There are 11 of them. They will delight you. They will inspire you. They will encourage you. They will entertain you. They will motivate you. All kinds of good stuff. And they are all true to the website's name, Good and Short, goodshortbooks.com. So 11 nonfiction books. My sister wrote one, and I wrote 10. 9 different genres. The genres are memoirs, parenting, relationships, children's education, fairy tales, bullying, original quotes, health, and spirituality. Now, I told y'all me and Pap have been together for 68 years, so you know I had to write a book about that. And the book that I wrote is entitled The Best Way to Keep a Man is to Let Him Go, among other things. Okay? And it's 64 pages. It's $9.99 at goodshortbooks.com, and the link is in my profile. The longest book we have is 167 pages, and that's a memoir. But I want to tell y'all about this one. The Best Way to Keep a Man is to Let Him Go. 64 pages, $9.99. Those 64 pages include 22 pages of my own recipes. And Pap says that he lives in a 5-star restaurant. And Pap says that I am an incredible cook. Okay. And I love to cook, y'all, just like I love doing these lives. Yes, ebooks also. Yeah. And also, when you go to the website, goodshortbooks.com, not only do you see the 11 fabulous nonfiction books there, there are also 3 free downloads for children. The ebook is not necessarily for children, but children can read it. The ebook is entitled Kids Are Really Funny, and it's a compilation of stories about stuff that the kids have said, friends and family members of mine, and I put it together. It's like a 43-page ebook, and it's really funny. It's stuff the kids say when they were like 2 and 3 and 4. I think the oldest one we have is a 12-year-old in there. So, and then there's the anti-bullying pledge. It is to discourage bullies and encourage the bullied, and that's the pledge. And then a poem that I wrote for children. It's called My Skin, Your Skin, and it is to discourage discrimination and bigotry and all that ugliness, okay? So you got those 3, thank you. You got those 3 free downloads. Now, all you got to do is put your email in, and we only send you the stuff that you ask for, okay? I can't stand when I have to give my email to somebody and then they end up doing all kinds of mess with it. We don't do that. So if you're interested in, thank you, Fine Weather. If you're interested in the poem, My Skin, Your Skin, if you're interested in the anti-bullying pledge, and I think there's 6 points on it, 6 or 7 points on it. I wasn't planning on talking about it, but so now that's the way my lives go, y'all. I talk about the 4 pillars every live that I do. Oh, thank you. But every live that I do is different because I end up going in different directions, but I still always cover the 4 pillars that will undifficult your life. So now back to the book here. The Best Way to Keep a Man is to Let Him Go. I wrote this book because, like I told y'all, I'm 81 years old. When I was 13, 14, 15, 1957, 58, 59, the ladies we had a village for real. They gave us education on what to say and what not to say in relationships, what to do, what not to do in relationships. And so that was 1957, 58, 59. And I didn't write the book until 2008 because I was seeing so many females No, that's not what it means, Roxanne. I'm going to have to read it. I was seeing so many females that were doing things that we were told not to do and saying things that we were told not to say. So now Roxanne is saying, I let him go. He has to shape up or stay gone. So no, that's not what let him go means, y'all. And that's what I'm saying. Now, page 2 of this book. And men are buying this book too, y'all, because men, I think they want to, they want to know what I'm saying to the ladies. Okay, so a man by the name of Russell Griffin, I'll never forget it. He bought this book and read it, and he said it is a masterpiece. Okay, so now here is what's on page 2. Page 2 says, "Take heed. Based on my 50 plus years of experience or observation, and it's now over 60 plus years of observation, I would say that 80% of the success of a relationship rests on the shoulders of the woman. This book explains why." That's based on my observations, y'all. So start looking around you. Look at what you would think would be healthy relationships. You never know. You never know. You don't know what goes on behind closed doors. But I'm going to, a lot of females say, oh yeah, I let him go. No, that's not what it means. So here's this is the introduction. The third paragraph of the introduction says, this is all based on my observations, y'all. So in my experiences, I'm 81 years old. I've been with my man for 68 years, and I don't have any regrets. I have experiences, but I don't have any regrets. Okay, I've cried a lot of tears, as we women will, females, because we trying to get a man to do right and to do this and to do that. You can't change their behavior. You just got to show them that it's not going to be bothering you. So, but hey. Here's the third paragraph. Let him go doesn't mean don't care. It means be secure enough within yourself that you don't freak out if he's not with you and you don't know exactly where he is. Let him go means don't try to control where he can go or what time he must leave or return. Let him go means don't try to control him, period. Let him go means don't try so hard to change him. After you have paid your dues, you may tread lightly in this area, but be careful. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. It's not what you do, it's how you do it. In addition to letting him go, I have observed the need for and used other philosophies and behaviors to help keep me and my man in a warm, loving, and peaceful relationship. My thinking was, he may go, but he'll always come home if I make coming home worth it. But what kinds of things can I do to make it worth coming home? Well, and then it goes into the book. And the first chapter is Modify the Way You Think. And there's another chapter called Fantasy versus Reality. Listen, y'all, females, now I included myself, but I don't do that anymore. Stop going to see these chick flicks, these 57 bridesmaids, and they ain't nothing but total BS. When I was a teenager, we had true romance magazines, books, and all kinds of romance BS. Oh yeah, we fell into that trap. So now, see, y'all females, some of y'all are still falling into that mess. Those movies and those books do not show how a relationship really is. I'm telling you right now. When I look at some of these movies about romance, oh my God, it's absolutely disgusting. So I'm telling y'all now, you females out there, and if you are like 15, 16, don't fall into that mess. Don't read those kinds of books telling y'all about how love is. That's BS. And I almost cussed. I cuss like a sailor. I I love to cuss, because cussing, I think, spices up the conversation. Okay, not not vulgarity, but cussing. Okay, it's a difference. So now, like I said, y'all, fantasy versus reality. Stop going to see these movies. Stop wanting to plan all of these huge weddings. Who are you trying to impress? Save that money. You're going to have to live after you say I do. Okay? Unless you are independently wealthy, save your money. Yeah, Melanie. Yeah, I do. So I'm telling y'all right now, stop with those movies. The guys don't watch that mess. They don't read true romance magazines. You see? And that is why, yeah, that is why you can't be watching those kinds of movies. They don't, the guys in your life don't know what the hell to expect if you're watching that kind of mess. Yeah. So I'm telling you right now, I wrote this book, and here, I wrote a promo for it. It says, get this book. The best way to keep a man is to let him go, among other things. Get this book if your answer is yes to any of the following questions. Question, are you starting a new relationship? Question, does your relationship need a healthy boost? Question, are you recently married or know someone who is? Question, are you getting married or know someone who is? Thank you. Question, and the last question, do you love a good read? Yeah. Men are buying this book too, Mark, because I think they want to know what I'm telling the ladies. But now, like I said, y'all, the females, y'all need to stop watching these chick flicks. They are total BS. Woo! So take my word for it. That is not the way a relationship is. Yeah. No. That's not right. So please stop with the romance movies and the romance books and all that. It's just total BS. Okay, now back to develop and maintain a positive attitude. I told y'all the way you develop and maintain a positive attitude is you write a program. The way you write a program is you say it out loud. And this is what you say in the program that you write. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. You understand? I'm going to repeat it. That's what you say. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. Now, what that means is just this. From now on, that means from this point forward. Doesn't matter what your attitude was like 5 minutes ago. I told you it's a choice. A positive attitude is a choice that you make. It's a conscientious choice. It's a conscious choice. It's a deliberate choice. It's an on-purpose choice. It's an intentional choice. You have to truly mean it. You say this program, you say it out loud. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. I am always too blessed to be stressed. Hello to everybody. I am always too blessed to be stressed. Now, this is the program that you write. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. Doesn't matter what your attitude was like 5 minutes ago, yesterday, last week, or whatever. It is a choice that you have to make. So now, like I told you, nobody can have a positive attitude 100% of the time. Nobody can have a negative attitude 100% of the time. I'll get back to a ratio. I'm going to tell you about a ratio in a few minutes. Excuse me, I got a cough. Now I want some water, excuse me. So now I'm going to show y'all what a negative attitude looks like. You heard that correctly. I'm going to show y'all what a negative attitude looks like. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay? This is a negative attitude. These are the people that say, woe is me. My life sucks. I can't stand this. I can't stand that. Complain, complain, complain. In the meantime, what my hands are doing right now, I'm doing a helpful hand visual. And what my hands are doing is symbolizing positive elements flying through the universe. Positive elements are constantly, all the time, flying through the universe, y'all. But they always fly over the heads of people who have a negative attitude. You see, these are positive elements. They are constantly flying through the universe. Positive elements always fly over the heads of people who have a negative attitude. You see? Now, when you develop and maintain, when you write that program says, from now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. When you write that program, I'm going to show you on the count of 3 what happens when you write that program. 1, 2, 3. Here's what happens. You see? What was flying over your head when you had that negative attitude is now making contact with your psyche. Yes. Oh, hey, Recovery Soul Food. I was on his podcast. Y'all go check it out. Recovery Soul Food on YouTube. So now, but don't check it out right now because I'm listening to this live. Okay. Okay. So from now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. All the stuff that was flying over your head is now making contact with your psyche because you raised your vibration. You raised your frequency when you said that. You understand? It's just like praying for it. It's the same kind of a thing. All you do is you're saying it out loud to yourself, to the universe as well. Okay? It's the same as praying. All right? So, thank you, Recovery Soul Food. I appreciate that. So, you say it out loud. There are a lot of people who say you say it in your mind. I said, no, When you say it only in your mind, that's just one element, y'all. Think about it. That's just one element. Now, Joyce Fields tell you to say it out loud. When you say it out loud, that's 3 elements. 3 elements, y'all. You speak it out of your mouth, you hear it with your ears, and it gets plastered into your psyche. You see? You see? That's what it happens. That's what happens. It's so simple. It's all about, it's you against you. It is never you against the world. It is never you against your parents. It's not you against any of your siblings. It's not you against your boss. It's not you against any of your coworkers. It is only and always has been and always will be you against you. You hear me? See, y'all are too busy trying to get in other people's business and try to change their behavior. That does not work. The only behavior you can change is your own. That goes for every single one of us. Every single one of us. You see? The only person's behavior that you can change is your own. And that's what's wrong with a whole lot of relationships, marriage or otherwise. Because somebody is trying to change somebody else's behavior. And then the other person is looking at you like, You ain't perfect. You got stuff that you could be working on too. You see? So if all of us would be working on changing or improving our own behavior, the world would be a better place. Now, as an author, y'all know I already told y'all about the books, 11 nonfiction books at goodshortbooks.com. And as an author, my mission statement is I write books that inspire people on their journey to make the world a better place. You see? So, and then as a live creator, my mission statement is the same thing. I do lives that inspire people on their journey to make the world a better place. And I like to think that all of you aspire to make the world a better place. And what I am sharing with you costs you nothing. It doesn't cost you anything to do the 4 pillars. Pillar number 1, develop and maintain a positive attitude. Pillar number 2, increase your level of patience. Okay, so here, pillar number 1, don't you think that if more people developed and maintained a positive attitude, that the world would be a better place? Don't you think that if more people increased their levels of patience, that the world would be a better place? Don't you think that, pillar number 3, don't you think that the ability to stay calm, the world would be a better place if more people had the ability, or we all have it, more people use their ability to stay calm? And then pillar number 4, I'll tell you the 4 words when I get to the 4th pillar, the 4 words that will immediately lower your stress, anxiety, panic, frustration, anger, or any of that stuff. So if the world would be a better place, why not try to do these 4 things? They cost you absolutely nothing. So now back to the pillar number 1, develop and maintain a positive attitude. So now, like I told you, there are only 2 attitudes that you can have. When you say out loud, from now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude, and put your feet on that path, all kinds of good things start happening to you. Excuse me. Now, I coined this quote many lives ago, and I've done over 500 TikTok lives. I love doing these lives, y'all, because it gives me an opportunity to share the advice that I have lived. I'm 81 years old, and I've been using this advice since I was about 10. That's a long time. So I know that it works. If it works for me, it can work for y'all. And the universe gifted me with the ability to be able to put it into words so that y'all can use it. I have the ability, the talent, the skill, the gift. I call it a gift. And all of us were given gifts by the Supreme Being or God or whatever you call your higher power. All of us were given gifts. Now, normally your gift is going to be something that you enjoy and something that you are good at. Now, one of my gifts, and a lot of us have more than one gift, so one of my gifts is the ability to be able to communicate philosophies and concepts and ideas and stuff like that from my mind to y'all's mind. Now, I just did that with the helpful hand visual where I showed y'all about the positive stuff going over the heads of people who have a negative attitude. You see? So did y'all get that one? Did y'all understand that helpful hand visual? Was that helpful hand visual clear? Did I communicate it clearly? Oh, yeah, it has been. Oh, thank you, Recovery Soul Food. I truly appreciate it. I got to get a screenshot of that. Okay. Yeah. Okay, come on, give me some responses, y'all. Oh, good. Thank you, Marty. Did I communicate that accurately so that y'all... Oh, good. Crystal clear. Wonderful. Wow. Okay, that's good. Okay, so now, good. I'm glad that I passed that on. So now, I'm going to read y'all a list of words that will... Before I read you the list of words, I'm going to tell you about a quote that I coined to show y'all the difference between a negative attitude and a positive attitude. Here's the quote. If you develop and maintain a negative attitude, you will increase your chances for suffering consequences. Whereas if you develop and maintain a positive attitude, you will increase your chances for receiving rewards. Which do you prefer? That's a duh kind of question to me. Naturally, you would want to receive rewards, and a lot of y'all are suffering consequences that you don't necessarily have to suffer. So I'm going to read y'all a list of words. Thank you. I'm going to read y'all a list of words that will help you to identify people in your life who probably have a negative attitude, and it might be you. Now, these words are words that are like personality traits or personality characteristics. So, now I told y'all that having a positive attitude is a choice. You understand? It's a choice. You can make that choice any minute, any second of your life. Choose to have a positive attitude. Now, here are the words that will help you to identify people in your life who probably have a negative attitude. Then, after I read these, I'm going to read y'all a list of words that will guide you into developing more of a positive attitude. Okay? Now, here are the list of words that will help you to identify people in your life who probably have a negative attitude, and it might be you. Anger, envy, sorrow, regret, greed, arrogance, self-pity, guilt, resentment and holding grudges, inferiority, lies and dishonesty, false pride, superiority, and the last word is ego. Oh, I'm going to tell you how you can come out from under this if you want to come out from under it. Now, back up to the top. The very first word is anger. Do you know people who are full of anger? People who are angry? Are you the one who is full of anger? Who is angry? That is negative. How about resentment and holding grudges? Do you know people who are full of resentment? People who hold grudges? Is it you? Thanks, EJ. Is it you? Are you the one who's full of resentment? Are you the one who holds grudges? That is negative. I'm going to come back to it. But now, how about lies and dishonesty? Do you know people who lie? People who are dishonest? Are you the one who lies? Are you the one who is dishonest? That is negative too. Now back up to resentment and holding grudges. Excuse me. I can get some water. Excuse me. Resentment and holding grudges. I'm going to tell you something that you probably have never heard before. Lies never help anything. So I'm going to tell you something that you probably never heard before, and that is, if you are holding on to resentment and holding grudges, you are living in the past. You, my friend, are living in the past because you are holding on to something that happened, past tense. Not the people who did that to you, there's nothing they can do to change it, and there is nothing that you can do to change it. You, you must forgive them. It happened. You're holding on to something that nobody can do anything about, or nobody can do anything to change. It's in the past, but you're holding on to it. So now you must forgive. And I don't care who it is or what they did. No, you have to forgive. Straight up. Straight, no chaser. I don't care who it is or what they did. You understand? Because when you hold on to unforgiveness, when you hold grudges and resentment and all that, those are very ugly things. And those ugly things damage the person who holds them. So you are creating what I call an invisible internal burden on your spirit, on your soul. You understand? You must forgive. But now forgiving does not mean you come back into their lives or you welcome them back into yours. But that is a wonderful thing if that's what y'all want to do. That's fine. But it does not mean that. Forgiving them, it can also mean you never have anything else to say to them. Never. But you forgive them for whatever it was they did. But you must forgive. Some people will say forgive and forget. Hell to the no. No, 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 no. Don't you ever forget. Don't ever, never, ever, never, 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 ever, never, never, ever forget. You keep it on the stove, on the back burner. I'm going to tell you how you forgive. I'm not going to give you anything that I'm not going to complete the whole picture for you, okay? So, you must forgive, because when you hold on to unforgiveness, it creates, like I said, what I call an internal, invisible burden on your soul, on your spirit. You're carrying it around. Now, look around you at people that you know are full of unforgiveness or people who hold grudges. In a lot of cases, they are on pharmaceutical meds. They are not aging well. Their health is not good. Because I'm telling you right now, when you hold resentment or any of those ugly things, those words that I read you, anger, lying, regret, guilt, all of that stuff, those are ugly things. And the ugly things damage the person who holds on to them, holds them inside. You see? So that's what happens. And I'm going to give you some examples. I'm going to show you. All right. Now, you have to forgive, but you never, ever forget. Now, like I told you, I'm 81 years old. When I was a kid, there was no such thing as text message or email or video call. So you can use any of those technologies now, y'all, to forgive them. But if you do not ever want to, from India, Inu, if you do not ever want to have anything else to do with them ever in life, but you forgive them, you can forgive them by saying it out loud to the universe. Okay? Listen to me now. You can forgive them by saying it out loud to the universe. Now, I want to bring it to y'all's attention that the universe or God or whatever you call your higher power was there when the mess happened to you. You understand that? It was there. It knows. When you say you forgive them, whatever. Okay, so I'm going to tell you that. Now, here is something else that I say in all of my lives, and it kind of shakes up. Oh, thank you, Timothy Ngobini. I think I pronounced that correctly. It's a soft N sound. Okay, so if you don't ever want to have anything else to do with them, I told you about that part. Now, I want to tell you something that shakes up a lot of people when I say this on my lives. Like I told y'all, the universe was there when the mess happened to you. The universe knows what happened. Now, here's what I'm going to say. The universe or whatever you call your higher power, it sees everything you do right now. It hears everything you say right now. And it reads your thoughts right now. Now, I say this every live I do because it shakes up some people. Now, here, did that cause you to change what you do, say, and think? Come on, give me some responses. I brought that to your attention, to the forefront of your mind, that the universe or God sees everything you do right now, hears everything you say right now, reads your thoughts right now. Now, is that going to cause you to change what you do, say, and think? Come on, give me some responses, y'all. See, Craig. Every live I do, people say yes, it because it brought it to the forefront of their minds that God is seeing all of this stuff that we're doing and saying and thinking. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Some people will, some people won't. Okay. Oh, thank you. Thank you. All right. So some people will. Okay, that's good. I don't have any illusions. It'll help some people, so I can't help everybody. Yeah. So now, okay. Here is the way you forgive by saying it out loud to the universe. And I hope that y'all will keep that in mind, that the universe or God, whatever, sees everything we do, hears everything we say, and can read our thoughts. So now, here's what you say out loud to the universe. Universe, I forgive so-and-so for doing such and such to me. I'm going to repeat it. And I want you to use your hand the way I used my hand. Using the hand that way, it symbolizes touching spirit. It symbolizes touching the universe. Oh, thanks, Bernie. So here it is again. Universe, I forgive so-and-so for doing such and such to me. That really works. I'm going to give you 4 examples of what has happened on my lives this year. Example number 1, a young lady said, I forgave my dad that way, and I immediately burst into tears. Another young lady, the second example, said she forgave herself that way, and she immediately burst into tears. And yes, you can forgive yourself as well. The universe saw what you did or what you said, heard what you said. Okay. So yeah, you can forgive yourself. So now the third one, the young man, I'm going to give you 4 examples. The young man, he said that he forgave and he felt his spirit shift. Okay. He felt his spirit shift. You're welcome. Now, the 4th example is a young lady by the name of Patricia. She had been watching my lives, and she said that she had been holding a grudge against her mother for over 40 years. Over 40 years. That's over 40 years worth of Mother's Days that they didn't spend together, birthdays, all of that other. This past Mother's Day, she forgave her mother. And this past Mother's Day, excuse me, they spent it together. She came up as a guest on my TikTok live and shared that experience with us, and it warmed my heart. Excuse me. I got so full. I didn't boo-hoo, but it really touched me to know that the advice that I share did that for her and her mother. So the advice that I share is just, it really is kindness. It's about all that it amounts to. It's kindness. You know, I have on my TikTok page, and I still am on TikTok. I post every day, but I'm only doing my lives here on YouTube. So I still have my TikTok page. I have almost 54,000 followers on TikTok. But now I'm trying to build my subscribers here on YouTube. I've got 462 subscribers, I think is what it is. And I have to have 1,000 in order to bring people up as a guest. So God is everywhere. Everywhere you can think of, that's where God is. That's what I believe. I don't know what you believe, but so I have to have 1,000 subscribers in order to bring people up as a guest. And when people come up as a guest, you have to have you have to be using or have used the advice that I share, or you have to have read any of the books at goodshortbooks.com. So when I get to 1,000 subscribers, I'll be able to bring folks up here on YouTube. And we just want to hear how you're using the advice. But I'll speak more about that when I get closer to it. Thank you, Jeanette. I appreciate that. So no, nothing is admitting to delusion. So now the whole thing is a positive attitude will shield a lot of the difficulties from jumping into your life, okay? So like I said, a lot of y'all are making y'all's lives a lot more difficult than they need to be. So now, I told you how you forgive, and you must forgive. I don't care who it is. I don't care what they did. You must forgive because it helps you. You're not punishing them. You are creating health problems, maybe even mental problems for yourself. That doesn't make any kind of sense. You're fretting over something that you can't do anything about, and the people who you're holding that against, they can't do anything about it either. So now, people on here, I do not read comments that are. I hardly read any comments because I'm so busy. I have 90 minutes to shell out the advice that I have to share with y'all, to share all of this. So I do not read the comments, especially if they are 3 or more sentences, okay? No, I don't have time for that. So now, positive attitude. Now I'm going to read y'all a list of words that will guide you into developing and maintaining a positive attitude. Joy, peace, love, hope, serenity, humility, kindness, empathy, generosity, truth and honesty, compassion, faith. Okay? So, now, I told you all about the ratio. I was going to tell you. Now, as far as a positive attitude and a negative attitude, I already told y'all that nobody can have a positive attitude 100% of the time, and nobody can have a negative attitude 100% of the time. So, I have a question for y'all, and I only want responses that say no, okay? Now, if you have already been on my lives, you already know the answer. So I only want responses that say no. Here is the question. Do you know, or did you know, that you live your life by a ratio? RATIO. Ratio. Did you know, or do you know, that you live your life by a ratio? Come on, give me some responses. Be quick with your responses, y'all, because I'm running out of time. Come on. Do you know that you live your life? Okay, good. Thank you. Any more responses? Good. Okay, wonderful. Now, you're going to love this. You're going to love this. Now, here is what a ratio is. A ratio is a very simple tool that will definitely, you understand me? It will definitely help you to better control your life. I'm going to repeat that. A ratio is a very simple tool that will help you to better control your life. I'm going to explain it fully, okay? Now, you set your own ratio. You control it. Only you control your ratio. You can set it. If you set it too high, you can lower it. If you set it too low, you can raise it. Okay, now, here is the way I'm going to explain it. My ratio is 80-20. 80-20. Now, some folks have chosen, now 80-20, I don't own that. Anybody can use 80-20. Some folks on my lives have chosen 75-25, 60-40. If I'm not going fast enough, Eli, you can leave. 60-40. Somebody said 50-50. Now, that's not good enough for me. I don't want to be half the time positive, half the time negative. I want to be over half the time positive, okay? So now my ratio is 80-20. That means that 80% of the time, I'm happy being in the positive attitude mode. 20% of the time, I'm okay. I didn't say I was happy. I am okay with being in the negative attitude mode. Now, back over to the positive attitude mode. That means that 80% of the time, okay, Shells, 80% of the time, I honor the programs that I write. 80% of the time, I do what is fair, what is right, what is kind, what is considerate, what is all of those things, patient, all of those things. 20% of the time, I'm okay. But that 20%, now whatever percentage of your the ratio that you decide is going to be the negative percent, it can never include verbal abuse. No, not. I erase that because I want to start again. It can never include physical abuse. That's first. Physical abuse. You cannot hit people. You cannot throw things. It can never include verbal abuse. You cannot cuss anybody out. You cannot insult anybody. And then the third one is, thanks to one of my viewers, her username is Midnight. She asked me to include tone of voice, and I included it because it's very important. It ain't what you say, is how you say it, you see? So you cannot use an ugly tone of voice to anybody. So as long as those things are fine, you're fine. You cannot be physically abusive, verbally abusive, or use an ugly tone of voice. That's it. So that is how you use your ratio. Now, can you tell me, can you use that? Can you use that? Come on, give me some responses, y'all. Can y'all use the ratio the way I explained it? Okay, hey, Rambo, come on. Can you use that ratio to better control your life? Thanks, Shawanda. Uh-huh. Okay, thanks, Keotha. Thank you. Yeah, so you chose 75-25. That's good. Yeah, wonderful. So, pass the word. Now, I'm going to tell you how you can write a program to change any behavior that you have. And you can use this and set it on any behavior that you have. Now, I told you earlier, you cannot change other people's behaviors. You can only change your own behavior. I'm going to use a false example, a behavior. I'm going to use an example that's not true for me. I'm going to tell you the behavior, and then I'm going to tell you the program that I write to overcome the behavior. Now, here's the behavior. I eat 12 cookies every day. It's not true, okay? I'm just using it as an example. I do not want to eat 12 cookies every day. Here's the program that I write to overcome that behavior. I eat 12 cookies every day. I do not want to eat 12 cookies every day. Starting tomorrow, I will eat 10 cookies. Now, you say this out loud. Any program that you write, you say it out loud. That way, it gets put into your psyche. So then tomorrow comes and you eat 10 cookies. The next days, weeks, months come, and you're still eating 10 cookies. Now, using my ratio, that means that 80% of the time I honor the program that I wrote, and I will eat 10 cookies. 20% of the time, that is my wiggle room, okay? And I can go back up to 11. I can even go back up to 12 if I choose to do so. But I'm still honoring the program that I wrote. But now 80% of the time, yeah, say that's what I like, 80-20. Gives me some wiggle room. 80% of the time, I'm going to eat the 10 cookies. So that is how you use your ratio. Be fair to yourself. Don't be unrealistic with yourself. But like I told you, it's never you against anybody else. It's you against yourself. You got to understand that. And you cannot change other people's behaviors. And I think that's part of the problem, what is wrong with these relationships. Same sex, heterosexual, even if you live with your auntie, you're trying to change people's behaviors. You can't do that. You can only change your own behavior. And if more of us would just focus on changing or improving our own behavior, the world would be a better place. Yes. Goodshortbooks.com. The link is in my profile. Goodshortbooks.com. Yeah, so no, you cannot change other people's behavior. Focus on changing or improving your own. That's where you need to do. That's what you need to do. Focus on that. Forget all the rest of it. Create a better you. You're writing your own life story. If you don't want to be remembered as a bitch, don't act like a bitch. If you don't want to be remembered as a bastard, don't act like a bastard. Okay? So you're writing your own story. So you can erase, you can take that page out or, just put it someplace, whatever. I think you all understand the point. You're writing your own life story. You're living it. Yeah, see? So now, here is a negative attitude. Negative attitude, y'all. This is spirit and inner peace. Spirit and inner peace will not come into a negative attitude. Look, they can't get through. So they turn and go away. Here is a positive attitude. A positive attitude, y'all. And you can see what's going to happen. Here comes inner peace. Here comes spirit. Not only do they get through, they turn and encase your entire being. You see? Yes, you have to have a positive attitude. Now, spirit came to me, and spirit comes to me often, and said, Joyce, there's such a thing as outer peace. I said, huh? I never heard of outer peace before. So spirit explained it. Inner peace can never be disturbed, can never be destroyed. That's inner peace. It's sewn into your fiber, into your spirit, into your soul. Yes, it interlocks into your very being. Outer peace can be disturbed. Outer peace can be destroyed. The examples that I always give is, let's say you're studying or trying to sleep and people are making noise, either in the same room, downstairs, upstairs, across the hall, across the street, whatever. That's outer peace. So outer peace can be disturbed and destroyed. There's even a law on the books disturbing the peace. You can call the cops on people who are disturbing the peace. You see? So that's disturbing your outer peace. Now, if anybody in your family is disturbing your outer peace, and maybe it's no, your inner peace cannot be disturbed. So that Spirit already told me that. And that's true. I live that myself. My inner peace can never be, I never get angry about anything. I'll get pissed off about something, but never ever angry, and only being pissed off for a few seconds, a few minutes. I don't hold on to that because that makes you feel bad. Makes you look bad too. Okay? So, ages you. So if you're that vain and you want to not age too fast, stop getting angry. There's your key. So now, anybody in your family that's disturbing your peace, and it's usually people in your family, nobody should be allowed to disturb your peace, and that includes your mama. Don't allow anybody to disturb your peace. If anybody's disturbing your peace, you always use kindness. And you say, I love y'all dearly, but when y'all do such and such, that disturbs my peace. But when y'all say such and such, that disturbs my peace. Give them enough time to change their behavior, but they're not obligated to change because you told them that what they're doing or saying is disturbing your peace. But you're obligated to tell them. Now, if they don't change their behavior, give them enough time to make sure they're going to change it. Yeah, it does. So then you have the responsibility to come back at them and say, now, y'all, I told y'all that I love y'all dearly, but when y'all do such and such, that disturbs my peace. When y'all say such and such, that disturbs my peace. And y'all still doing it, still saying it. I have no option. I must protect my peace. So I give y'all 3 options. Option 1, I have to feed y'all with a long-handled spoon. Option 2, I have to love y'all from a distance. Or option 3, I have to stop coming around y'all. You see, you're perfectly within your rights to do that. You got to protect your peace. Now, all of these things happen after you write the program, where you say, from now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. You understand? So now, if it's your mama that's disturbing your peace, you got to tell her, Mama, I love you dearly, but when you do such and such, that disturbs my peace. Or when you say such and such, that disturbs my peace. Now, here's your mama disturbing your peace. And here you are coming in getting your peace disturbed. When you say those words, when you tell her, I love you dearly, but she may say, you ain't got no peace. Or she may say, what peace? So now you told her that. And after you wrote that program, you said it out loud. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. That raised your vibration. That raised your frequency. Your mama's still down here doing this behavior that's disturbing your peace. But you are up here. You are no longer on this vibration, no longer on this frequency. You're up here, way up here. And this allows you to look at the behavior and not be bothered by it. You understand? So now a lot of y'all are saying triggers. Somebody triggered you. There's no such thing. Nobody can trigger you into saying or doing anything. You control what comes out of your mouth. Nobody makes you say anything. You control the muscles that would make you strike something, hit something, punch something. Only you control those muscles of yours. Only you control that mouth of yours. So stop saying, somebody made me say it or somebody made me do it. That is impossible. Only you control what comes out of your mouth. Only you control the actions that you take. Hit something, kick something, throw something. No. Think about that. You're in control of yourself. Only you control you. Now, excuse me. Pillar number 2, increase your level of patience. If you're raising toddlers, that toddler asks for a cookie, tell the toddler, I'll give you that cookie in 5 minutes. Put yourself on the timer. Give that toddler their cookie in 5 minutes. Do that several times, and then stretch it to 10 minutes, still using the timer. Then stretch it to 15 minutes several times, all the way up to an hour or more. Not only will you be teaching that toddler patience, you'll be teaching that toddler how to feel time, how to feel elapsed time, okay? So now, if you are 10 years old or older, I tell you exactly how you do that, how you increase your level of patience. You write a program and you say it out loud. I am teaching myself patience. I am increasing my level of patience. I am teaching myself how to wait. And the way you do it is make yourself wait, especially if it's something that you are fiending for or something that you would normally give yourself immediate gratification. I've been married for 58 years, honey. So make yourself wait. That is the way you teach yourself patience. You'll be so proud of yourself. And if you make yourself wait past the point where you don't want it anymore, excuse me, that's a positive thing, a very positive thing, very good thing, because it means that you are in control. You always were, but you never challenged yourself. But you got to challenge yourself. Make yourself wait. Pillar number 3, stay calm. Stay calm. There is tremendous power, y'all, in the ability to stay calm. You lose your power when you become angry, aggravated, irritated, or whatever. Now I'm going to show y'all this helpful hand visual. These are your neurons in your brain. They're doing like this, just going past each other, communicating with each other, and all of that. Okay? When you're calm, this is what they're doing. When you are angry, now Spirit gave me these helpful hand visuals, y'all. When you are angry, this is what your neurons are doing. Okay? Yes. Now, Spirit came to me and told me to use those helpful hand visuals when I was doing my live in the AM. In the PM that same day, Spirit came back to me and told me to look up what neurons do. I obeyed, so I looked it up, and this is what I Googled it, and this is what Google said. Neurons work together to produce memories, make decisions, and compute information. They take chemical signals, transport them, and form new wiring within the brain. Neurons also help different parts of the brain to communicate with each other. That is why you cannot think straight when you are angry or upset. That is why you cannot make good choices or good decisions. That is why you say things that you don't mean. That is why you do things that you don't mean. So stop with the anger. Gain more power over yourself. Stop. What good does anger do? I have a post on my TikTok and it says, be kind. Anger serves no useful purpose. You understand? What good does anger do? Anger never solved a problem. So stop wasting your time on being angry. Get upset, get pissed off. Yeah, so just get upset, get pissed off, but only momentarily, just for a little while, and then get back on your even keel. So anger serves no useful purpose. So now, stay calm. There is tremendous power in your ability to stay calm. Oh, thank you. I appreciate all the subscriptions, y'all. Yes, have power over yourself. So, now it doesn't cost anything to subscribe, y'all, so I need more subscribers. I have to get 1,000 subscribers, and right now I'm at at 462 is what I think it is. So now, stay calm. Now, the pillar number 4, there's only 4 pillars, y'all. Pillar number 4 is remember the 4 words that can immediately lower your stress, anxiety, panic, anger, frustration, all of that stuff. Those 4 words are This too shall pass. Thanks for the subscriptions, y'all. This too shall pass, y'all. No scenario, no situation lasts forever. This too shall pass. The next time your mama is chewing you out or your daddy is chewing you out, they cannot read your mind. Say this to yourself. This too shall pass. She ain't gonna be fussing at me forever. Or this too shall pass. He ain't gonna be fussing at me forever. They cannot read your mind. So that will help you to get through any ugliness that you're in. This too shall pass, y'all. Now, I want to thank y'all for joining my live. I just covered the 4 pillars. Pillar number 1, develop and maintain a positive attitude. I told you how you do that. You do it by writing a program. And the program that you write is this. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. Put your feet on that path to have that positive attitude. When you develop and maintain a positive attitude, all kinds of good stuff starts happening in your life. Good stuff that was passing you by because you had a negative attitude. Positive attitude. Pillar number 2, increase your level of patience. I told you how you do that. If you're raising toddlers, also recommend that you get this book, Mother's Dozen, an easy recipe for raising great kids. I had it translated into Spanish. Hi, from South Africa. Yeah, and Mother's Dozen, an easy recipe for raising great kids. It's 48 pages. It's $7.99 at goodshortbooks.com. Thank you. Oh, good, wonderful. So this book will guide you into raising kids that you can admire. I don't do religion on my lives. So time them out, Shelster, or whatever. Do something, okay? Yeah, I know you do. My moderators are top notch, top of the heap, okay? They work hard too over here on YouTube. We don't have as many, we didn't have as many trolls over on TikTok. Yeah, I learned that lesson, Shelster. I'm late. Okay, forgive me. So now this book will guide you into raising kids that you can admire. Also, if you know anybody raising kids, it makes a fabulous gift. So now I want to thank y'all for joining the live. I told you how to develop and maintain a positive attitude. I told you how you increase your level of patience. If you are 10 years old or older, make yourself wait. That's all you need to do is make yourself wait. Okay. All right. Thanks. I'm glad you cut me some slack. Thank you, Shelster. Pillar number 3, stay calm. Oh my God. There is so much power in y'all's ability to stay calm. So work on staying calm, y'all. Then pillar number 4, remember the 4 words. This too shall pass. This too shall pass. Okay? No politics or religion on my lives. I pray for the whole world. Okay. This too shall pass, y'all. Thank y'all for joining my live. If you enjoyed the live, please, you can do a video and tag me telling people what you got out of the advice that I share. Or if you are using the advice that I have shared, do a video or a post and tell people what you got out of the advice that I share. Or if you have read any of the books at goodshortbooks.com, do a video or a post telling people what you got out of that book. Do a book review, okay? So the books, like I told y'all, they're flying off the shelves. 11 fabulous nonfiction books in 9 different genres. The genres are memoirs, parenting, relationships, children's education, fairy tales, My fairy tale is nonfiction. It deals with a very serious subject. Oh, thanks, Marty. Bullying, original quotes, health, and spirituality. So now I'm closing out my live, and I always close out my lives with this book, My Simple Quotes to Live By. So, My Simple Quotes to Live By is 90 pages. It's $7.99. It's 167 quotes that I coined. And I coined my first quote when I was 15 years old. And that quote states, "Never lose your hope and faith." Never lose your hope and faith. I coined this, my first quote, in 1959 at the age of 15. The occasion was my middle school graduation from Detroit's Sherrard Junior High School. Ninth graders were asked to document their message to their fellow classmates. And that's what I said. I didn't know that I was coining a quote, and I don't remember saying it. But now I'm going to read y'all a quote that I do remember saying, and I knew that it was a quote. So it was for a quote contest in 2011 or 2013. And they needed 12 quotes. It was for a calendar. I coined this quote and then submitted it to the contest, and it won as one of 12 for the calendar out of over 5,000 entries, y'all. So I post this quote to social media. It's here on my YouTube page as well. And here is the quote. I wanted to encourage people to chase their dreams. It's better to die chasing a dream never caught than to die never having chased the dream. I'm going to repeat it. It's better to die chasing a dream never caught than to die never having chased the dream. Chase your dreams, people. Chase your dreams. Nobody can see your dream as clearly as you can, and you can't see anybody else's dream as clearly as they can. So don't allow anybody to poo-poo your dream, and don't you poo-poo anybody else's dream. Chase your dreams. Now I'm going to read y'all this 5-star review that Brian put up on Amazon about this book. Brian said, "This is a great book to help open your mind. There are an unlimited amount of resources to learn from. You get wisdom, positivity, self-discipline, appreciation for being alive, and so much more in this easy read. This is a book you will save and review over and over again. I highly recommend buying the hard copy of it so you can write in it and highlight quotes that speak to you. This is a must-have." And he's got a lot of exclamation marks after must have. And must have is in all caps. Yeah, thank you, Brian. So now, this book is formatted. It's 90 pages, 2 quotes per page. The quotes are in all caps, separated by a black and white picture. I'm going to open up the floor. Y'all can toss out page numbers 6 to 89. It's a 90-page book, but this is what's on page 90, okay? So 6 to 89, y'all tell me what page numbers you want me to read. Oh, I thought you were going to change your username. That's a very ugly username. Okay, so what page numbers you want me to read? Pages 6 to 89. Give me some page numbers, y'all, so y'all get a taste for what these quotes are all about. Give me some page numbers, y'all. 6 to 89. Okay, page 16. At the top of page 16, what is a miracle? proof that God exists. At the bottom of page 16, if you're not the perfect man, stop looking for the perfect woman. If you're not the perfect woman, stop looking for the perfect man. Okay, page 13. At the top of page 13, if you were on your deathbed, what would you wish you had or had not done? Do it or stop it now. At the bottom of page 13, your words can be like rose petals or razor blades. Can y'all live by those quotes? Okay, page 80 that was for Rambo. Page 80 is for Donna. Page 80. At the top of page 80, if only we would remember that we are all children of God. At the bottom of page 80, don't dread getting older. What's the alternative? Okay, page 11. At the top of page 11, it's better to die. It's better to die chasing a dream never caught than to die never having chased the dream. At the bottom of page 11, a marriage license is not a certificate of ownership. Can y'all live by those quotes? Come on, give me some responses, y'all. Can y'all live by the quotes? In the meantime, I want to thank y'all for joining my live. I do these lives Monday through Friday here on YouTube at 4 a.m. Pacific time, where I share advice that will help y'all to undifficult your life. Don't pay any attention to those kinds of things. Melanie, don't pay any attention to that. That's what they want, to get some attention. So I don't pay any attention to them. Yeah. So I want to thank y'all for joining my live. Come back tomorrow. I discuss the same 4 pillars, but every live that I do is different. Thank you. Thanks, Rambo. I am a digital grandmama to a whole lot of people. God bless you too. I hope you change your username. That is not attractive at all. So, all right, y'all. I'll be back tomorrow. Spread the word. Do some videos and tell people what you got out of this live, okay? So spread the word, y'all. I'll be back tomorrow. Thanks for joining. Later, y'all. I say make a good day. You don't have them. Digital grandma. Yeah.